Everybody laughing like, nah, bro, you always tripping, bro. You always tripping. There was girls there, music playing, everybody in that relaxed besides me, right? And if nobody's told you this, then I will real quick. In the streets, what a lot of dudes call moving tactical is what I call being scared. Being scared forced me to pay attention in the streets. It made me notice body language, tone of voice, who kept looking around, who suddenly got quiet and who was trying too hard to look calm and shit like that. I was always one step ahead because I was terrified of what would happen if I wasn't. Like, that fear made me think. That fear made me patient. That fear kept me alive, gang. Like, real quick, let me take you down memory lane. I remember one Halloween way back in the past when I was still in the street, my guys had people over at the spot. It was the type of spot that people really should not be over at, but that night it was packed. Like, way more than it should have been. I walked in, looked around, the first thing out of my mouth was y'all tripping or some shit like that. Everybody laughing like, nah, bro, you always tripping, bro. You always tripping. There was girls there, music playing, everybody in that bitch relaxed besides me, right? So I just said, man, whatever. I ended up grabbing my smokes, went out on the balcony just to cool off, you feel me? While when I'm on the balcony, a few minutes later, I hear car doors close. Not one, multiple. I leaned forward in my chair, like, just to see what they was doing without, see what was going on. And they was parking their car in the abandoned lot behind my building. Like, there was a big ass fence separating the lot from my building and the lot to that building. And nobody who lived in our building parked there. I still ain't tripping though. It's Halloween. People is dressed up, cars is pulling up everywhere, you feel me? It's a busy neighborhood. So I'm just watching this car. Then 4 dudes get out the car. Dark clothes, white mask, and backpacks on. I'm still sitting there telling my dumbass self that it's Halloween. I'm not thinking too much of it still. Then I watch these dudes hop the fence and start walking to the back steps. The same back steps that led right up to our shit. Like, my fucking stomach dropped. It wasn't even a thought, gang. It was a feeling. Like, my body got to moving before my brain could explain why. Everything in me switched, bro. And thanks be to God, nobody got hurt that night. But I be thinking about that night more times than I could count. Because if those dudes would have got inside my crib before I noticed, the whole night could have just ended completely different. Like, to this day, I don't know who that was. And honestly, I do not need to know who that was. And honestly, that night proved something that I will never forget. That fear was not making me paranoid, gang. That fear was making me pay attention. Everybody else was focused on the damn party while my brain was focused on everybody making it home. There is a fucking difference. When you spend enough years surviving, your brain eventually forgets how to stop doing that. Like, even now, I walk into a completely harmless room and before I even realize it, I'm doing it. I'm checking exits, reading faces, watching hands, listening to the room. Like, my brain is already 10 steps ahead before I even sit down. Sometimes people tell me you overthink, you're too cautious and you need to relax. Maybe, but those habits did not come out of nowhere. They were built during years that for me, missing one little detail could cost me everything. That's the strange thing about survival. It doesn't ask your brain for permission before it rewires itself. So even now, when life is peaceful, a part of me is still scanning the room like some shit is about to go down. Not because I want to, but because that's the version of me that has made it this far in life. The hard part isn't learning how to survive. The hard part is convincing your nervous system that you can finally stop. And maybe that's what healing really is. Not pretending those instincts never existed, but slowly teaching yourself that every room is not the room that you had to escape, gang.